Listen, I know Apple's changing how Siri's gonna perform, but I'm a little worried about reports on how Siri's gonna look, because it's supposed to have this bright white halo glow every time it shows up on your phone. A literal glow up for the glow up. Apple's big WWDC event is just around the corner. It's on June 8th, so it's time to go into what you can expect for the changes coming to the software of the iPhone, the Apple Watch, the Mac, and beyond. And to be blunt, you know the big story is just about Siri. Apple is said to be making Siri a little more personal and a little smarter, perhaps a little more like a chatbot. Apple has gone on the record saying it is working with Google for this upgrade. The new Siri is some sort of custom model built in collaboration with Google's Gemini team. This could mean Siri might be able to handle more complex questions. Everyone is expecting to hear more about this evolution during the keynote event. It's going to be broadcasted at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Look at the artwork that Apple has to promote the event. Bloomberg is reporting that we're going to see this same animation in the presentation of the new Siri. It's going to mimic the coloring and art here, and it's possible the examples that we see from Apple are going to be all done in iPhone's dark mode to help show off the new glow that Siri's going to have on the screen. So the cursor is going to glow white with a slight rainbow effect, and there will be a glowing prompt in the dynamic island. Now, I don't use dark mode, so go ahead and write in the comments your rants about why this is great and dark mode is better. That's good for you, but I need reassurance that it's gonna look good even if you don't use dark mode. Last year, Apple wanted us to make our app icons clear like glass, so forgive me for being skeptical about how it's gonna be designed. But let's get past the looks. Let's talk about what it can do. This is not confirmed by Apple. This is just reporting from Bloomberg, and the outlet has sources saying that Siri is becoming this always-on kind of agent that taps into your personal data a bit when you have questions, or maybe you can pull answers from the web. It could act similar to a back and forth conversation AI chatbot that kind of matches what you may used to be seeing for ChatGPT or Google Gemini. And Siri is just gonna live inside the little dynamic island cutout. But also, Siri might have its own app. This would be a way to show the history of your questions and chats, and you can choose to keep a conversation for 30 days, a year, or keep it forever. So that means they can auto-delete after some time passes. That makes you feel better about privacy. Siri reportedly also could be used to create new shortcuts using natural language. This sounds a lot like how Google's new Android updates are going to let you make a custom widget just by asking for something specific. Bloomberg also reports that we should be able to use the new AI smarts to make custom wallpapers, and Apple Intelligence will let you analyze more visual data from your camera. And that makes sense because the next step for all these companies is having cameras for smart glasses that can better identify things in the world. But right now, we're just gonna be using it in an iPhone first. Grammar Check is supposed to be getting better to give you better revisions to your written work. It sounds like a level up to the current writing tools because you could reportedly, in this new version, cherry pick certain suggestions for custom changes to your text. Meanwhile, Image Playground, it's also getting a boost to have better results, and the Weather app may get a redesign. If you hate when Apple makes changes to the Camera app, I have bad news and good news. The bad news is that, yes, it looks like the Camera app is changing again, but the good news is that you should be able to choose which features appear in the app. This is according to Bloomberg reporting that says you should be able to move around the tools, like flash, the timer, the resolution, to where you want it on the screen. But let's hope it doesn't get annoying when you lend someone your phone to take a photo and they don't know where your settings are. Joking aside, it does sound like this could be handy for professional camera users who want more advanced options, as quick access to widgets on the screen. If you are more of a fan of other AI models from, say, OpenAI or Google, Bloomberg says you should have a way to choose which model you want to use for editing your text and generating images. That is, if you don't want Siri's brand of AI. This is kind of like when you set your default web browser as something other than Safari. I don't think it's going to be very exciting when it comes to news about Apple Watch software. Bloomberg reporting says not much is being announced other than stability and performance refinements. There might be a better AirPods control panel, but that's still something that's for your iPhone. Apple did mention we should see later this year improvements to accessibility features, such as on Apple TV. It can, on device, generate captions for your older movies and home videos. Right now, It seems Siri is going to be the star of the show, as this is going to be Tim Cook's last big presentation as CEO. Next, John Turnus will step into the role for the big September iPhone event. Let me know what you're hoping for in the improvements to the Assistant, and I'll catch you next time. There's one more thing to talk about in the world of Apple.